that's when you start hanging. Because the reason I tell people, like, people be like, ah, nah, man, it's really really hard and you can't do it. I played my gear from level 6 to level 20 versus guys who the first day they got something they maxed it out. I used to win all the time, and it wasn't because of my gear. I positioned better than them. I also
Yeah.
ran away a lot. Like, oh man, I
Yeah.
can't fight this dude. Or there were guys
Yeah.
that you could. There's certain builds that counted yours so hard that if you fight them, you'll
Yeah.
die automatically. Knowing which builds you can build and builds that you can't, that's how you basically play. But a lot of people want to play. I want to run at people and kill them. Yeah, that's the issue.
Right.
And the thing too is people complain about bot matches, but bot matches are very useful, man. That's where you practice.
Yeah. You
But
gotta be able to practice them.
but people be
Unless
like,
you have Dearest Law just trolling all the bot matches.
nah, he's
He's like
fun.
the only guy I played.
He's fun because once
No,
once
I
you
know,
start beating
he
him,
was a bigger problem whenever the Primal I hadn't been nerfed.
yeah.
That's all that dude did.
Because what's so funny about Dearest Lord is, I actually had him. I had him quit a game I was playing with him. Like he came after me. I was
He
coming
rage
after him.
quits a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah. That's strange that he still does that. Cause me, I don't rage
That's
quit.
the only way I know he's real.
Yeah.
Well, one of the Dearest
Maybe
Lords.
he's still an intelligent AI, you know, like he's just like, and the AI is getting mad. He's like, why are these people beating me?
Why is a human beating me? I have the ultimate build.
Well, that's just it. If someone has beaten you a couple of matches and you keep lining up with them, there's always a counter build to do.
Yep.
You know, there's always, you know, if they're in Isorod will tell you, I've come up with some of the funniest counter builds.
Remember when
And
Avalanche
people
was
not-
good?
That was a little dicey living.
Yeah. We
I
were.
was like, oh, we got guava in here.
Whoa, whoa! I have no heavy ammo.
Whoa.
This is not good. Trial cannot fight without. Whoa! People from the back. Mass killer, protect me.
But here's like we talked about it earlier, like when you told me that because the alien is feeling better again. I've been playing it a few games. I'm playing it in Eventide. I haven't been playing it for 3 weeks. But like, at what point does whoever's in charge of game calibration say, oh yeah, we'll take this weapon that shoots at a certain speed and we'll have the speed. That's gonna help things. Like,
Well,
that doesn't make sense to it.
The funny thing is, when we all were looking at it, none of us thought that was the issue with the alpha. No, we didn't even think
Yeah,
it needed.
The speed was never the issue.
We never thought it was the speed. We never thought it was the damage. What we always thought was the problem was the perk. The perk was too strong.
Yeah.
And so
the
we just like
perk
nerf the
was too
perk,
strong.
and I think it'll be okay. But they're like, nah.
Yeah.
We want to make the pistols and submachine guns feel completely different. So what we're gonna do
we're
is,
gonna give them dodge shit.
yeah, we're gonna make the Wraith super strong, and we're gonna make the Alpha, kind of shitty strong. Like what? It's like, why do it? But that's how they seem to do everything. I don't get it, but that's how they work. It's the same concept. The Borson is so strong compared to the Caretaker.
It's so OP and it's not even getting looked at, you know? Like,
Yeah. We're always confused because what they're doing is they're looking at numbers, and we're like, but bro, compared to the gameplay, the numbers don't seem to add up.
they only look at the win
Playstyle.
rates and stuff, right?
Yeah. The rule is they said that they want guns to have like around a 52 to 53% win rate. So
yeah, but they're looking at that off of probably the mass number of games, right? And so you take one player that plays 1,000 games, and you take another player that plays 10 games. That's gonna skew the entire metric. Like how do
Yeah.
you
and
how do
that's
you gauge something
and the
like
thing is, like I always say, is skill level, also the might level of said
Yeah.
weapon, so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
that's the
It all
variable.
matters. Yeah. So to me, I don't know how they weigh that because the nerfs that they did to the Art Mandrill, they cannot honestly say there was enough people playing the Art Mandrill for them to nerf it as hard as they did. So
Yeah, they basically just said, oh, no, what they did is they pulled down raw statistics and they analyzed them and they said, you know what, people that run the ALEF, or you're talking about the Hot Mandrill, right? But people that run the ALEF, I'm talking about when Horn came out, they're winning way too much. So let's fuck this gun completely, and that'll solve that. And then they didn't realize the reason it's winning is because it's enabling the horn to be better. Like,
Yeah, if I can keep using my ability, who the hell cares?
yeah, exactly.
It's but you know there was when they first changed the primal eye, primal energy on hit used to work on anything you hit with your gun, even mobs, right? When they showed me the number, when they first made the change, it used to be 10 seconds.
Oh my God.
So what I literally said was, man, I actually was they had a round table.
Primal Eye used to be 10 seconds a hit.
Yeah.
Off?
And it used to
Yeah.
work
Oh my
against
God.
it used to work against
Oh,
non-human players. I literally told them before I reload the second time I'll have my primal. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm like that's too high.
That's crazy.
I'm like that's insanely high. And they're like, "Nah, it should be okay because nobody was playing it. We just want more people to play it." And guess what happened? It wasn't just played.
Oh, it became the meta.
It became meta because everybody played it because it gave you primal so freaking quick. And it's just
Yeah, no.
how they did not see that.
Primal every 20 seconds at max.
No, actually, you were
Oh.
getting primal every 10 to 15 seconds. We played it,
Oh my
and then
God.
somebody decided, hey, you know, why don't you try it with power infusion? I was like, oh shit, I completely forgot about that.
Oh, because that increases fire speed, right?
Yeah.
Your infinite
Oh,
ammo,
nice.
that infinite ammo. So you came in front of an Imperial Guardian, you got it. And then the Primal Eyes infusion. Also, after your first shot, the Primal Eye is giving you an extra 0.7 seconds. So after every 2 shots, you're getting 1.5 seconds off. After every 3 shots, you're getting 3 seconds off. So it was ridiculous, and everybody was just like, "How the hell did you not see that was gonna be the issue?" They did.
Women, does this not sound exactly like with Arma, where all they did is they had those few players, like you had Lucas was the only competitive player within the dev squad, but then you had all those other whack players that really didn't understand the game at all, being a part of the
Yeah, didn't play anything.
being part of the dev like beta on new weapons and shit. You need to have
A large pool of players, and you need to have people who have
Yup.
game knowledge to play it.
at
Yeah.
bare minimum, you need to have people that like are older, that have played games and understand games. A part of that.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're like, this last. I said it earlier. This last, the 2 items that just came out with. Who runs them? They're kind of useless. And they were like, these are gonna be so fucking cool.
You know what? I'll tell you
They're
honestly
really
though,
powerful together.
they're powerful together in low-level games. Play them against high-level people, you get crushed. Cause I tested
They're
it.
great against bots, right?
No, I played them, and I have a low-level account. Like I'm essentially level 35 in that, and I played it against newer people who are also whatever. I have more game knowledge, but my gear is not really high in that level. My gear is like level 4, level 5, level 6. So I play against people. They're very competitive and they play very well. But play against the people who you are playing against tonight on Hydra. None of the builds work.
It's not usable.
I tried every single combination. It's impossible to play against high-level
Yeah,
people.
That's the fundamental flaw. Why tune a game for the beginner and not for the expert? You should tune a game for the expert and then enable the beginners to become good at the game at somewhere between expert and beginner. Not
Yeah.
It's exactly
make
why.
the game for beginners and then make all the experts manipulate the beginner tactics. Like, that's
So
stupid.
that's exactly why I would play every gun from low level to high level, right? The idea is I wanted to figure out when did the weapon get good, right? Some weapons sucked until they reached level 10. Some weapons, they were good from 6 all the way to 20. So I could tell you back when the game first started which guns and when
sorry,
they
I'm
hit
gonna
their
drop this
levels.
last-
But
I'm gonna drop this last game right now. Game's up. This will be my last one. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. No, I was just saying, but that was when I told them that they were like, "You that's how you played it? Why do you think I got so much dust?" Yeah, that's how I played it because I wanted to be able to give feedback on what was good and what wasn't. So the key thing is like when they put something new in, they literally all sit down and play that new thing only. They don't test it against
Each
other
other, though.
stuff.
Dude, this I've talked about this before in Armajet Lemon, but this is like a fallacy that happened with Venus and Serena Williams, right? When they grew up playing
Tennis, yeah.
There are within their hometown there are 7 other pro players that came out of town. It's because all those people played together, right? But when
Right.
you have a game developer playing a game just with other game developers that aren't good, they'll never
Yeah.
develop and they'll never understand the tactics that people do.
Correct.
So how do you balance a game with that narrow mind, right? Like
Yeah.
you need
You, we
Yeah.
They'll never
It's
understand that
impossible.
game sense.
they'll only
Yeah.
balance it at the level of their own gameplay.
That's exactly what we said. Like we just said, can we at least? A lot of us have said, I'm like, it doesn't even have to be me, but man, we kind of need people who actually play the game to be inside
Gotta have
when you're
player
doing your
testers.
balances. Because if
Yeah.
you don't have at least players who understand how to do stuff, like Not Zest, he plays Prey. When he's playing, man, he comes up with these weird ass combos that are super strong, right? And he knows how to use the Northern Warmth using hunters, tagging hunters, that when a person comes at him, he kills one hunter and then he explodes the hunters on the people and kill all of them. I'm just like, what the fuck? It's
Oh,
such
shit.
a hard thing to do. I'm like, that's brilliant, but I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. But that's the combo he found out you can do with the Northern Warmth. I'm just like, that shit's super hard
how
to
much
hit.
damage is the Northern Warmth doing? I know it blows you up, but it blows up NPCs too?
Yeah, the tag, when they get the infusion, it puts a skull on top of you, right? If you
Right,
kill the
I've seen
person,
it.
it does 250 explosion at a 3-meter radius. So what he does is he
250 though. That doesn't seem like much.
doesn't
Does
seem
that-
like much,
does
but
that
if you have
compound?
five hunters, and then you make a person run towards the hunters, and then you explode the hunters, times 5, and the damage that you're doing towards them, it turns out
you
to be
can
a lot.
explode one of them, and then
All of them explode, too.
explode.
Chain explosion.
Yes,
Wow.
and
You should only explode the one that you hit. Like,
nah, but he's able to do this, and I'm just like, I don't even understand how the fuck that works, but that's the key. So he's able to
Cool
kill.
technique.
He's able to kill you in a way that,
It's very situational, but it's very
Yeah.
cool.
yeah. But that's the thing, like we said, when they put out the Primal Eye, I'm just like, bro, that's gonna be a problem. When they nerfed Isia, I'm just like, bro, the nerf is too hard. Like, I just played Isia before you did this nerf, and I can tell you, the 2 abilities that you just
Yeah,
nerfed
already
into the
wasn't
ground
in there.
is so hard to use plainly right now that these nerfs are just gonna make it unplayable. It was a fact. Like, it's so easy to read these damn
Well, and then
numbers.
they buffed Isia.
Yeah. They did a bunch of, and then the thing they said when they originally created their variants, like Lumia
What are you
Isia.
laughing at, Jawbone?
What's Jawbone doing? Is he in Eventide or something?
No,
we're-
salty.
yeah, we're all in there
Salt.
together.
I've just been assaulted.
Yeah, you've been assaulted.
He's been
Oh my
assaulted.
god, that's what you were laughing about? The joke?
No, you took me out there. It was
Ooh,
funny.
Iconic's in here. Ooh, we're on the same team. Let's go kill people. But yeah,
You got
like
Onyx?
that's my only issue. Like that's one of the big problems that we all see in the game. Besides spectator mode, besides lack of guilds, besides not being able to see
Just
your
a minute.
Yeah, you
Just a
don't
minute.
need guilds. You need custom games first. Like
man. I see
Yeah,
spectator
yeah.
mode.
Guilds are too tricky.
Just
yeah,
a minute.
spectator mode's nice too.
When you say we, you must have a turd in your pocket because I don't see some of the problems that a lot of people see with the game. I really don't.
Here's
No,
the
game,
thing.
the game's beautiful.
I
I
think
think
it's-
it should be a competitive game, and I'm only spending time on it because I love it. Right?
Yeah, me too. I can't
Because
stop
it's
playing.
competitive.
I
That's the
immediately
thing.
all of
It's
our
like Dark Souls, right? It's like this unsolvable puzzle that
He
you're
said
always
this is
working on.
unsolvable puzzle.
It is.
But-
because
but-
there's with every new player comes a new dynamic to the game sometimes,
You see,
and so it's always unfolds a little differently.
I'm not
I don't
saying
know.
I'm not saying the core gameplay isn't, but here's the thing
Yeah.
I would like, right? When I switch weapons, I would like to know what are all my bonuses, right? There's simple quality of life issue things that I think would fix things that would make things
quality
play
of life.
better.
When, like, you should be able to look at your in your character loadout, you should be able to look at the raw statistics of what the
Right.
different guns do together.
The details. You should be able to get the details of what all your banners
they'll
and
get
bonuses.
And
that.
these, and
Yeah.
you know,
I think
Jawbone, these are all just like competitive player complaints. My
No,
problem
I
right
get
now
that too.
is
I
that
get No,
women
and that's why I
just came
that's why I
off
don't.
so long on Armajet, and like they had a lot of shit right on it, but you know, there's a lot of shit bad that they just didn't address, and they did other things, quality of life things, it was kept avoiding, and what it did is it ran the game into the ground, and I'm not trying to do that again for 2 more years, you know?
No, I was in on Vainglory from the get-go too.
Me too.
I totally get what you're saying, and there's a lot of things that can change about the game, without a doubt.
Fucking fun to play. There's no doubt about that.
It's just a fucking riot. You can get into a game quickly, which is one of the things I hated about Vainglory.
Me too. I love this game a lot more.
Around for a draft or someone to pick this or pick that. With this, you can just boom, get in. And I've got a build that I'm using right now that I just love because I don't see a lot of people using it. It's pretty unique.
What are you using?
Oh, I'm a big healer. I've got like
Catalyst heal.
yeah, I'm using the Primal Eye, Catalytic Renewal,
Yeah.
the Bracelet of the Firstborn.
Oh, nice. You're playing support.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but,
no.
And this is, I love this because exactly what you're talking about. I would love. They tried so hard to develop these roles, right? And you're playing a role. You're playing a support role.
Yeah.
But the problem is they're not encouraging.
They don't
they're not
reward you
doing
for
anything
playing it.
to encourage people to be able to like play against each other and make roles actually useful. Right now, the best role is everybody kill at as much efficiency as possible.
Oh no, I play Primal Hunter. I actually, the build that I play is literally double Primal Hunter, double Assassin. And the reason I play it is it's for speed of destroying objectives. But at the same time, when you're surrounded by like 4 primals, I can literally kill all of them. And a lot of people don't want to play it. Like the ability I use is Harbinger. Everybody says that ability sucks. Bro, it's really good. I'm like one of the only people who play it. Very few other people play it.
Harbinger.
I love it. But I hear people like, oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, you dropped a loadout in CB, man. It was like a, forget what it was, a Harbinger loadout, and I started running it with a Lost Dreamer. It's totally viable.
Yep, it works really well. Because what Harbinger plays as, Harbinger plays like Shield. Shield was the other ability that I used to use a lot. That, again, it wasn't perfect, but I remember when people used to use it against me, man, you'd be about to kill somebody, and then they drop Shield, and then they'd live. And you're like, ah! Especially when you're playing Capture the Flag. It used to piss me off. But Busy and Busy and Ran used to play it all the time. And it used to piss me off to no end. And they shelved that ability. And they shelved that ability. And it was a secret ability too. Oh crap, we're winning by a lot. Holy moly.
Yep.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I loaded in this game all wrong.
Oh, I also have Iconic on my team. And Jorbone. Yeah. That just makes everything wrong.
Not me. I don't get the credit.
I didn't see you. That's why. I see Papa Joe getting shot by us. Where are you at? Are you even in the game? I didn't even know that. It is so you
in the game.
Because I see legit Lemon. I see him there.
You
I see
me 'cause I die a
Jawbone.
lot.
I see Guava. Oh, there you are. What the hell did you get here? I didn't even see you.
You know, I'm still, you know, how do you see Jawbone, but
Because guess what Jawbone plays
I'm
every
higher than his.
guess what Jawbone always plays. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't use the map. I can tell by the primal, by the play of the primal and the weapons you use. Like there's people I can identify as soon as I look at them. And then Iconic's name, the HF, he always runs at me and kills me, so I can recognize his stupid name like instantaneously as soon as I see it. Because he attacks me a lot. But you're usually decent. You usually don't just run after me and kill me every 2 seconds. So yeah, I don't notice it.
Wow, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate there. I'm feeling a lot of anger in that.
Well, no, Iconic is rough, man. For no good reason, bro. Just hunts me down. Like that's his whole game style. Like Kill the Isorod. That used to happen a lot too, bro. I play a bunch of games, and then these guys wouldn't even play the game. They just run out the whole game just chasing me around the map. You have like 5 guys running after you while your team is doing everything else because they just want to focus you. Super annoying.
I'd be lying if I said I've never played Little Kill the Isorod.
Yeah, it sucks. It's one of the
Oh,
worst.
it's one of the best game types.
No, it's not. It's super annoying.
Shortly thereafter, Darius Law.
Nah, there's
Yeah.
he's not that hard. I'll be honest
I've
with
had
you.
a bounty on my head too. I'll tell you from time to time.
Darius Law is not that hard to play, man. Like to me,
No, I know he's not.
he's all
They
right.
nerfed him.
He's all right, but he's not like when people be like, "Oh my God, Darius Law." I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like if I play him with a decent build, I always win. Like
But therein lies, and I'll pontificate once more. Therein lies the true beauty of this game is that no matter the level you are, at a certain point in the game, you can take out a guy who's leveled much higher.
Oh yeah.
If you're cunning
Yep.
enough and you position yourself well enough,
Yeah.
and if you set your primal up enough, you can sort of play the game ahead of them from time to time.
Oh yeah.
And if the developers look at
Definitely.
that OP player's stats and then nerf him specifically.
Yeah.
and they have done that because I mean, if you the Tetrad's a prime example of that. Now, as an older player, I don't mind that because in doing that, that's going to allow a lot of younger players. Look, if they had left the game like it was when they opened it, we would have just creamed everybody all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been ridiculous. And even as it was, we figured out pretty quickly that, oh, you put Primal Eye with this and this, and you can just destroy people quickly. So for them to see a lot of those scenarios is difficult. But for a guy who's relatively new, let's say 2 weeks in, to take out my ass, that's not uncommon. Or a
Oh,
guy who's been playing for 3 weeks or 4 weeks even.
Like
You guys been playing.
yeah, I was gonna tell
Sorry.
you, like Nad Zest, Sorba, whatever he's running now, or Prey. There's a guy too, the guy who Habibi when he comes in. There's a lot of people who came in like 4 months ago, who are
Yeah.
really good players.
Hell yeah.
So-
you hear
so-
that, Lennon?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize it. If you want to play the game and you put some time into it, it's really rewarding. But there's a lot of people I think they think they're getting into a MOBA. That's not what this game is exactly. It's really more of an
Yeah.
action arcade shooter with
Mhm.
MOBA elements in it, but it's not a true MOBA. And then the key thing is too, other people claim that there are too many bots. But if you didn't put you against bots and they just put you against all the good players first, you'd be freaking pissed too. Like this game is bullshit because I can't beat anybody.
Mhm.
So I don't know what they're supposed to do with that.
I think, and just to head back to it for a second though, the real satisfaction is because I know there are guys out there that hate my guts, and I kind of like that because I know when they kill me, they're gonna be screaming their fucking heads off, whether it's in Indonesia or France or Germany or England or somewhere in New Mexico or Florida. There's a guy screaming, "I fucking killed that cocksucker!" Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, nah,
So,
I'm telling
what
you.
could be
for sure.
better?
Yeah, how do you know you were a cocksucker?
Shut up, you.
Well, it's pretty obvious, I think, after a while.
Shut up, you. Respect your elders, goddammit.
But no, and I think that's a beautiful thing about the game, right? Because they've seen me wipe out like teammate after teammate, I'm sure, in a lot of cases. And then all of a sudden they just take me out with a bit of cunning or knowing where I'm running in like a capture the flag, and they put a few landmines, whatever it might be.
Well, you had a nice rhyme there. Cunning or know where you're running.
Oh, that's good.
But that's why I laugh when I get killed a lot of the times. Like I truly do. I get more a kick out of when somebody shoots me in this game or blows me up than I think of getting other kills. I don't know. It's a weird
Lemon,
thing.
what do you think about the current state of this game versus like the competitiveness of Arma?
I think like this game is a lot more developed, and they are putting a lot of effort into it. Whereas like Armajet, like the devs kind of threw in like their last stand kind of thing, and they tried whatever they could, and then they're like, no, forget it, it's not gonna work, and they gave
Yeah,
up
but
on
you know,
it.
Arma is like way less developed. What what I'm getting. It's way less developed, but they figured out battle ball, right? Like that's all they had to do to make all the competitive players. The
Yeah,
game is dead, and you
and
still see all the competitive players sticking.
yeah, and you know, there's so much competition here too, and you know, they could. I mean, the devs here are developing it a lot better. You know, competitively. Even though, like, yeah, there's like, you know, small things that they could continuously fix. I think,
Always,
you
yeah.
know, it's always gonna be in, you know, something's always gonna be part of development. But you know, you also have to look at like they gotta make money off of it too, you know, so they gotta
Oh
Do
yeah.
you
balance
think it's
out.
as fun of a competitive game to play as AJ?
Yeah, definitely.
I
Because
do too.
look, like the competition is there, right? I think they just gotta polish it a little more. Like Isorad was saying, like, you know,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
quality of life stuff that they can
Do more
easily
work than
do.
hurt
And then like
the competitive players.
yeah, and then the new players that are coming in, if they have a, you know, a way to bring them in without just throwing them, you know, with all the good players in the beginning, that that's gonna, you know, that's gonna bring
The
in all that new talent. So
the funny thing is,
it's super fun.
it is sequestered. It definitely is sequestered
Mm.
right now. Where like I said, I have my low level account and I have my high level account. I don't see
Hmm.
any of
Hmm.
you guys on the low level account. I see a bunch of new
No.
players that I play against. So I
Hmm.
played. I was when they had just fixed it, and I was playing it on my Android build. I was getting full matches. Like when they had gotten rid of the modes, my matches were pretty full, and it was kind of fun to play. And I was trying a bunch of different things, and I had myself low level. But the problem was on the high level side, my matches stayed about the same, 5 or 6 people in Eventide, and then there are times where Eventide was just dead, and then I had
Yeah.
more people playing the rotating queues or the other stuff. So the key thing is when they brought back the rotating queue, I like that mode sometimes more because Eventide is frustrating to me because it's boring. And the reason I tell you that is it's a snowball. Without a lot of people
Yeah.
playing Eventide, it's just a snowball game. It's
Hmm.
the
It's
games are
just a grind. Yeah.
yeah, they're almost never close. And if you're playing a bot match, you beat the computer like by almost 25,000 points. The problem is the older Eventide that they changed it from. If you get to watch the old versions of Eventide, the games were maybe about 5 to 6 minutes longer, but there was so much more going on, and it wasn't just a snowball factory. And the final harvest was so different that it was a really cool comeback mechanic. Even sometimes when you were completely outnumbered,
God.
you'd be pissed, but you still could play it. Where in this one, if I get outnumbered like 1v5, there ain't nothing I can do. I might lose honor points. I'm just gonna get crushed. There's nothing I can do to stop the game from being a total thrashing. So my problem is,
One-sided
yeah, it
play.
became a
Yeah.
bunch of lopsided, one-sided victories. Either I'm crushing you or you're crushing me. There was never
Hmm.
really close games. Now I don't know what the hell they did to the server to get a lot more people together. I've been seeing way more fuller games than I've ever seen in the first month or two. So this is like we're probably at the peak time where we have the most people playing ever. And it's pretty late at night too. It's like 12 a.m. here on the East Coast, and we basically got games with like 7 or 8 people in it. Back in the
Oh,
day,
yeah.
that'd be big for us. So
Yeah. No, today's like I've been playing a lot today, and
it's been
I've been
full.
playing with a lot more people today. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been full.
You've gotta consider too that organized stuff like the HF scrams or whatever you want to call them. Basically, just like let's all get together and play. This is a huge thing because now all of a sudden real players are dropping into games that have other real players.
Without a doubt.
Now they might drop
That's
in
why
and be
I
like,
switched
"Oh,
my
fuck."
initials today to HF.
Yeah, like Hive is dead. I don't know what's
Oh
happened.
yeah.
Hive, like, there's almost nobody really in there anymore. Like, I'll look at the channels, and it'll be like 2 days since the last person posted a message. I'm just like, what the hell's
Yeah.
going on?
I am a Hive admin. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I'm just telling you
No,
what
I'm
I'm
not
seeing.
dumping on high.
We're not dumping. I'm just saying it's dead to me because
No,
when I
just-
used to go in there, there would be messages like 10 today, 8:30 today. Like it was always very consistent. Now I'm going into channels. Look, I only care about Callous Black, content creation, But I Love Pictures is completely always full. People are always using that. But that's all I'm seeing. So to
Yeah,
me,
I mean, you need more than one team, right? Like it's
yeah,
important for Hive to continue. It's important for TT to continue. It's important for
Yeah.
all of them to
yeah,
Well,
continue.
TT's
Now,
gone, I
Onyx,
think.
yeah. No,
merging
TT's
into
gone
Hive,
completely.
that was easy because we had 4 players. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like all
And I
these
think
other ones need to keep going.
yeah.
and I think
AEP
that'll
died
happen.
also. Again,
Yeah,
I don't
that'll
f-
happen, and they'll probably split again in a few different directions, and that's okay because I used to play competitive sports, hockey, some
Nice.
baseball, soccer, and that always happens in certain leagues. So that's not a bad thing. I mean,
It's not. Yeah. What part of
it's a
Canada
fun.
are you from?
Nova Scotia,
Oh
No,
wow.
Wisconsin.
I don't think I've ever been
but
that.
I lived in Toronto for 20 years too. So.
And Vancouver and Toronto, same side or the other side? Like one's on the East Coast, one's on the West.
No, no,
I don't.
no.
I'm not sure because I remember when I was on the. I remember going to Canada. I know
Yeah.
I went to Montreal. We were basically
Yeah.
on a trip where we just kept seeing cathedrals and churches, and I was like
Yeah.
11 or 12 years old. It was a really frustrating trip for a kid.
Hey Lemon, we got New York coming up soon, but I'm gonna take off, fellas. It was really fun playing and be seeing with y'all tonight. But I'm out.
All right, man.
All
Have a
right,
good
take
one.
it easy.
Yeah, good
All right,
games.
take it easy.
Good games.
All
Yeah,
right,
lots
later
of fun.
Guava.
Peace.
Later everybody. I don't know who else is in here. Guava. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to set up a few more of these too, like Hydra nights, Eventide nights, or whatever, just so more people play. And actually, one of the
Yeah,
nights
yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
do is a
really fun.
CTF
Happen,
night.
like ever.
Yeah, because
You know, Onyx had a preset thing, which I think we should bring over to. I mean, in our other game, but we should bring that over to here, where every Tuesday, right? Like every Tuesday, we just know, hey, we're all gonna get together. It makes it easy.
yeah, nah, dude,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Absolutely.
Wednesday, the only reason I chose Wednesday is because it's my streaming day. I actually streamed it this morning.
Yeah, Wednesday, whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's
reach the
perfect.
Day is what I'm
That's
saying.
cool.
That's
But
what
I-
makes
Right.
it.
Saturday would be good too for me too because I stream Wednesday, Saturday, so I can do a night and a day stream, so it gives me more content to basically work off. So what I'm gonna be doing too
Yeah.
later is I'm gonna be chopping up all of these games into like 10 blocks and then putting them all up on YouTube, and they'll be on my
Oh,
Twitch
yeah.
channel also. So
Oh,
All right. Well, hey, Guava, much love, man, and everybody else. I'll see y'all soon.
yeah, man,
All
have a
right,
good
all
one.
right, all right, y'all take it
Yeah.
easy.
Later, fellas.
Yeah, I'm probably still gonna try to get to this 130. I'm so close now, almost under 5,000. I'm gonna end the stream though.
Nice.
Keep your eyes, your ears, your hearts, and your minds open until next time. Later, y'all. But I'm still gonna be playing.